Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Linda Beard, your host and author of the upcoming book, Bold Enough. Guys, thank you again for allowing me to come back into your world. How are you doing? How are you doing really? I really want to know, are you starting out the new year being authentically you? Have you made the decision to be bold enough to be authentically you? I surely do hope so, because this needs to be your best year and not a repeat from last year, particularly as we discussed the last couple of weeks in regards to a new year, a bold enough you. Also, being bold enough to ask those critical questions so that you are not continuously taking yourself through this mental warfare. And today, what we are going to talk about is bold enough to not look back. Embrace the new. We're moving forward. Now, I do want to say, if you have not healed, if you have not gone through that process, you're constantly going to be looking back instead of looking forward. And that really will just keep throwing you off track. So embrace the new, but you can't keep looking back. So let's talk about that a little bit. By the way, guys, I am on live chat on YouTube. So if you're on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok, Facebook even, if you want to join us over on YouTube, that'd be great. That way we can really chat and have some real dialogue. But if you're happy where you are, that's good too. I just want to make sure that the social venue is broad enough to draw you all in, because it's so important that you begin to live that bold enough life. So again, bold enough not to look back, but embrace the new. So we're talking about embracing the new. So when you're looking back, what you're doing in most cases is you've got this mental attitude of, I can't, I will try, if only. Think about that. How many times have you said, I will try, if only I had this, I could do this, or I can't? So we should be learning lessons from our past, and we want to take from those lessons, embracing the new, which means I want to think positive. You want positivity in your life. So the I can't, I will try, if only, is really saying to yourself that you don't have the confidence in you, or you're not loving yourself enough first, that you can have that positive mental state to say, I can, I will make it happen. Mind over matter is powerful. What we are thinking we can't do, we won't do it. What we say that we will do, we can do, we will make it happen. We forge ahead and do things to make it happen. Now, in order to be in that positive realm, you got to take a look at, what is my situations? Who are the people that I'm around? What is hindering me from moving forward in a positive light? So I have a little bit of work for you to do today while I'm speaking about this topic on the show. If you have a piece of paper, pencil handy, grab it, or go to your notes on your iPhone. But I want you to jot down what is getting in your way of being positive, to have a positive state of mind. So again, if you are in the negative realm, you haven't completely healed from your past. You haven't made a decision to heal from your past. Healing is very vital so that you can move forward in positivity. Once you move forward in positivity, don't let your healing be in vain. Don't keep looking back. Don't keep going back to the same situations that you had to heal from. Make sure lessons were learned. And we'll talk a little bit about when lessons are learned, what kind of additional behavior you will represent out in your daily bold enough life. So, who are you hanging out with? Is it the same folks that cause you pain or the same type of folks that caused you pain before? Are you in a relationship where that partner is a helpmate and not a hindrance? Only you can answer that question. So jot it down on your iPhone or on your notepad. What situations are you currently in? Are they a part of your positive embracing the new? Or are they situations that are still pulling you back to where you should have already healed from? Think about that because it is really crucially important that as you heal, you're moving forward. You're embracing the new. You're saying, I am open for new. I love myself. I want to live this bold enough life. And I want to embrace all that I can that is good for me. Looking back, staying in the negative rim is not good. So, what is your desires? That's another area I want you to jot down. What are your desires for the new year? Are those desires embracing the new, something that's good for you? Or are your desires still faulty thinking, and maybe you don't even realize it, that it's attaching you to your past, the past that you have healed from or are attempting to heal from? Sometimes our desires can be temptations to pull us back instead of moving us forward. So as you are taking your notes, is your desires or are your desires taking you backward, or are they embracing the new you? The new you that's not only bold enough, but loving yourself first and looking out for your best interests. So now when you have identified from your past what old habits that you've had, what new habits are you replacing them with? So when you have new habits that you are trying to, and I said the word trying because at first you are, I guess, trying, but it should become I'm diligent, I'm dedicated instead of trying. Again, in that positive rim, I am going to practice this new good habit every single day to replace the old. Once you begin to practice that, your brain starts defaulting to the good habit. And suddenly that old habit is being passed away. So jot down, what are you doing to replace the old habits that weren't good for you with new habits that are good to you? Now, I want to share with you, it is okay to ask for help. It is okay to ask other people that you trust, that's in that circle, that you have confirmed that they want the best for you as well, what they think about how you're doing in your new bold enough life. They may also share with you, I see you falling backwards because of XYZ. That's important information. I've shared with you, over and over again, how important it is to have my support person and my friend, Barbara, who's been on the show many times and is also live in the chat room on occasion, how important she is to me, that I'm running things by to say, hey, what do you think? Did I go back, or am I, still embracing the new? So we can have a short period of time where we fall back, but we need to recognize it quickly and get back on track to embracing the new. We don't want to stay back there because we should have learned from our past and what we've had to heal from. Now, be prepared to do the work. We are constantly evolving, always evolving, getting better at doing and following through with the things that we desire to have in our lives that are good for us. Many of you probably have made decisions that are big leaps this year, and it's okay. Just break them up into chunks so that they're manageable to keep you in that positive mode that you are making progress. So good things are ahead for you when you are looking forward and you have learned from your lessons. So out of bad things, lessons should come that you have learned from, and now you're beginning to move forward. You're replacing those old habits that were not healthy for you with good ones. So be willing to do the work, be willing to do the research on those things that you want to do. Are you planning on opening up an online business, starting your own business of some sort, and you've decided that I don't want to work in this environment anymore that's not healthy for me? Well, you can either branch out and get a new job, or you can start one of your own. But the key is that you are walking in positivity of what you can do. So now, let me share this with you. Walk in expectancy. What does that mean? It means that what is for you is for you. No one can take away what is for you except you. So as a Christian, I believe that I am designed for a purpose, and that purpose only I can fulfill. No one can take that away from me except me by not wanting to do it, not healing, not loving myself first, living in the past instead of learning from my lessons from the past, and then moving forward for what is good. What is good for me? Practicing good habits, surrounding myself with people that are not a hindrance to me, but are a helpmate to me. So as you are looking at your piece of paper, as you are looking at your iPhone and what you've jotted down, look at people, look at situations, look at old habits, and what have you done to replace them with good habits. Don't look back. Move forward, embrace the new, because the new is good, because you're walking in positivity. Walk in positivity. Don't look back. Negativity has to go. There's no room for it in your bold enough life. So thanks again for listening in to Bold Enough. Don't look back. Move forward and embrace the new. You can do it. Be bold enough.